the budget this year will be focusing on some critical elements of the governance of the country. As you know, heavy emphasis will be placed on job creation. That's a major challenge confronting not only Dominica but the entire world. And we are continuing to put measures in place to seek to address this issue. And this is why we have introduced, for example, the Citizenship by Investment program. And we have seen a great interest on the part of the private sector, both foreign and local, of submitting projects under the Citizenship by Investment program. As I may have indicated some time ago, we have about 5 projects before us for consideration. These are new projects. That's outside those that have been submitted to us, people who have existing projects and want to see how they can participate and benefit from the Citizenship by Investment program. Four of these 5 projects have received some level of approval from the government. Of course, you are familiar with the range development that will be taking place in the Cambridge area under the brand name Kempinski Group, which is an internationally recognized chain of hotels. That in itself will bring tremendous positive attention to Dominica because in their promotion, they'll also be promoting the hotel that will be present in Dominica. That is a 141-room hotel. Based on the feedback the developers have received, based on what they've said to us, they are indicating to us that they would like to discuss the possibility of increasing that number to 200 rooms, from 141 to 200 rooms. I have said to them, great, I'm excited about that, but let us start the 141 first, and then we can discuss the additional number of rooms. The second project that has received some form of approval from the government is a 200-room hotel along in the Coconut Beach Picard area. That is a joint venture between a local group of individuals and a foreign group of persons called the Silver Beach Hotel. And that will be also financed under the Citizenship by Investment program. The third one is a development on the west coast of Dominica, I believe in the Salisbury area. That development is being done by a Dominican resident overseas who is involved in tourism development in other jurisdictions and who is bringing on board many years of success in the tourism industry. He himself being an architect, he himself being a developer, he himself being an operator. And that project, in my view, I'm particularly pleased because you're talking about a Dominican living in the diaspora and so forth and recognizing the importance of it and has decided to come back here. And you know, this is a beautiful concept and it's something that we have given some form of approval to. The fourth one is a project in the heights of Soufriere. We'll be dealing with the construction of villas. And it's a project that we're particularly pleased about because that would certainly help in diversifying the economy of the Soufriere, Scottsett, Gallio area. We in those communities rely heavily on fishing as our main source of employment. But we need to diversify the economic activity in Soufriere, Scottsett. So the government is particularly pleased about that project. We have had discussions with the developer and indicated to him that the project was too big, too large, and he has since taken that observation into consideration and has done some alterations to his submission. That project is now before the review committee. There's a technical committee which reviews those projects and advice will be provided to me for my final consideration in respect to this project and, of course, the approval of the cabinet thereafter. Our view is that if we can get these projects going on, you're talking about several additional hotel rooms in Dominica, and one can appreciate the construction, the jobs by way of construction that will take place. As a matter of fact, will be hosting a symposium with the range development. I've asked them to come to Dominica, and also the gentleman from Anguilla, Dominican living in Anguilla, who will assist the government in doing a presentation to the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, to the DIC, to the Builders, the Builders Association, the Builders Association, and also independent contractors, to explain to them what these projects will entail, the quality of construction that will be required, because, for example, the range development will be at a 5-star level, and therefore the quality of construction must be at that level, because it is 5-star and 2-star and 3-star completely different in terms of the quality of construction, the quality of the finishing. So they will be bringing the architects and the procurement people to speak to the private sector of Dominica, to say to them the opportunities for the existing private sector to benefit from the construction and the presence of those properties in Dominica. Obviously, we cannot impose on them who to contract for services. But what we're seeking to say to them is, as far as practically possible, we should procure the services locally. So, for example, one of the things we have said to them, to range in particular, and I think they have given some kind of agreement with it, even with regards to building material, they themselves will not be importing it. They would give a contract or 2 or 3 to existing local suppliers of building materials, who would then import the materials on their behalf. So here is an opportunity here for suppliers. So the suppliers of building materials will also be invited to that presentation, because what I would like to do, and I will be leading that presentation insofar as explaining to the private sector of Dominica the Citizenship Investment Program, and to solicit projects from them to be financed under the Citizenship Investment Program. Because I would like to see local Dominicans empowered with that tool for attracting foreign investment. So that's part of the discussion I'll be having with the private sector, so that they better understand what is the Citizenship Investment Program, and they would better appreciate how they can benefit by the provision of services and supplies to those developments and so forth. Those groups I've spoken about have already started engaging local people on their own, but we felt that we need to bring everybody together so that whatever questions or clarifications, then that will be able to be done at that level. Range in particular have also indicated that they will be starting the training of people very soon. Because if we're going to have a 5-star arrangement, we must have, as I indicated during the election campaign, for example, if we're going to raise our level of service to 5-star, to our level of facilities to 5-star, our people, the services that they provide, must also be at that level. So we're hoping that we can have a very good discussion with the private sector and other interest groups. And of course, the media will be invited to participate in the discussions and so forth. So the budget will take those things into consideration.